I'm going home. Night train, bring me back to my home, and I'm gonna dream tonight about more sunshine and light. Night train, bring me back to my home, and I'm gonna dream tonight about some green fields of grass. And as we moved along the streets, when I saw very nice rainbow high grown when I'm going home. Night train, bring me back to my home, and I'm gonna dream tonight about more sunshine and light. Night train, bring me back to my home, and I'm gonna dream tonight about some green fields of grass. Now it's time seeing some friends. We'll have fun all the day for a meantime when I'm going home. Sunshine and light. Night train, bring me back to my home, and I'm gonna dream tonight about some green fields of grass. About some green fields of grass.
The sun was high and I was rolling up the Rhine, rambling up the Mosel River. Well, it took me about 3 days, from Trier on up to Koblenz, you know. Figured there were two different ways. One way was just a thumbing, another way was maybe catch a boat. But at the locks, the Germans, they seemed angry, and they didn't seem to want me to enjoy the float. So I ended up thumbing, and that was fine with me. Roman ruins, green hills, and grapes, you know, some of the world's finest wine country. In Koblenz, a truck driver, he left me in the industrial part of town. Everything was rust and warehouses, you know, there didn't seem to be too much fun around. So I figured I'd head back up to Cologne, just to see my Mexican friend. I had no idea that this ride would have me freezing in Duisburg in the end. You see, I saw a freight train stop. It was as if it stopped just for me. And you know what occurred to me then? That'd be the best way back to old Cologne. She was a flatbed, she was a junker, and she rode me across the river to the yard. I got off and then I asked the train driver, was hitching a freight to Cologne very hard? Well, he said to me in his best English, well, I don't know, but you better hang around, 'cause the police, they're coming. Somebody saw you hitching into town. Well, I said, well, okay, thank you. And I made haste to get a ways from theirs. Went round the corner, down the street, until I saw a basement bar, opened the door, and then I went on down the stairs. I hung around about an hour, just to let it all cool down. Made conversation with a couple German fellas, and they ended up buying me around. I ducked back out into the street, and I walked right by the yard. There were 4 new freight trains there. Resisting the temptation was pretty hard. So I looked on to the east, and I looked on to the west. Saw the bridge but I guess my guess was right, 'cause now it looked as though my train would deliver a whole hell of a lot of important freight to that famous city on the river. Well, I hooted, yeah, and I hollered. Picking up speed, the train sounded, you should have heard. I finished my bottle of dry white Mosel wine, crashed it down on the rocks as they blurred. See, there's only a few things in this world that make me happy, and one of them's catching a good free ride. And it was summer and it was warm. The sun was high and I was rolling